folks, I'm Drew and I am the Edukator. You know, when I was growing up and going through school, I had a really hard time with music. And I think a big part of that came from grade 7 when I tried out for band, and they just couldn't place me in any instruments. No matter how hard I tried, none of the wind instruments, the brass instruments, none of it ever worked out. Eventually, right, because I guess I just was persistent enough, they placed me with the percussion group, and I just kind of sat at the back and I was twirling sticks and just waiting for my one chance to play the cymbals. And even then I managed to screw it up, like I just couldn't count. So for the longest time I just had a really hard time building up confidence, building up a knowledge base of musical concepts. But it was always a big part of my life. It was always a big part of schooling because music, there's a genre of music for every mood, a genre of music for pretty much, or a song for every moment in life. And since music was always something that I ran back to, I felt, well, what's one way that I can incorporate that into who I am, and what's one way that I can learn to make music? And that's when I started going on the internet and looking up ways to remix tracks, because I thought DJs were the coolest people when it comes down to creating a life in the party. Since then I've gone by a variety of stage names. Edukator with a K is my most recent one, and that's actually something that I've picked up in the last 2 years. On and off throughout high school I've been DJing. I did some of it when I was in university as well, just to supplement the cost of tuition. And it's very much a hobby for me, but it's also a great way to spend some time and just make sure that people have a good time while attending events that I DJ at. I'm actually considering DJ as a career now more than I did in the past. I guess there's a certain stigma attached to the entertainment business, and it's that you had to make it and you go all the way, or you haven't made enough contacts, you don't have enough luck, and it's really hard to get your foot in the door. So I opted for stability. Teaching is something I kind of fell into.
He's really positive as a teacher, and he always helps you out if you need help after school or anytime during the class. He'll help you out, and he's just a really cool teacher, and he's fun. I'm just fortunate to have him as a teacher.
When it came down to 4th year and trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my life, I started TAing as well for a biology course for first-year students, and that's when I realized that I actually really enjoyed being in the classroom. Add to that, my mom, she was a teacher herself, history and languages teacher, and it just seemed like the right fit.
I personally really like Mr. Say because he uses something that's really different from other teachers, and he's really engaging in class. So I think
it's always a fun time.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun class, but he's a really good teacher, so we always learn something anyways, even though we're having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect balance of work and play.
I've got quite a bit of time at evenings, and whenever students have breaks or holidays, right, I get a chance to just kind of go out there and explore DJing a lot more. So it's something that I've actually considered a lot more now than I did before in terms of becoming a professional DJ. Why teaching works so well for me is it gives me a chance to interact with young adults, to get a feel for what they're into, and to incorporate that into my own style. Ultimately, when it comes to DJing a party or putting together music for a crowd, you need to know your crowd to build that relationship, to build that rapport with them. Otherwise, I'd be playing oldies at a party for teenagers, and that might not bode so well. And there's always these opportunities that present themselves, especially in a school setting, right? From proms to formals to fundraisers, whatever they might be. I think it's really finding the time to balance the work aspect, the personal life, as well as being able to incorporate the DJing into it. I try to live life without regrets. I mean, at the end of the day, every day is a different day. It can also be our last day, so we try to make the best of it. And I enjoy my current gig as a teacher, and I also look forward to continuing to pursue my interest in music. It's actually been pretty intense. I've taken a lot of the tracks that people have voted on from the website, from the request website. I've done my best to incorporate as many of them into the set as possible. I think the biggest challenge really is balancing what people want to hear, at least what they've mentioned that they want to hear, versus, I guess, my own perspective of what music I want to be playing at the prom. I'm really looking forward to it, and by all means, I'd love to hear some feedback after the event. Yes, everyone looks great. Everyone's nice and seated. Dinner's about to get started. Before you know it, we're going to be dancing, so I am stoked. Right now, not a whole lot of special stuff going on. It's pretty much just Billboard tracks playing on autopilot right off iTunes. But this is where the magic happens. All night. The future's exciting, right? And it's also unpredictable. And I think when it comes down to where I am professionally, I certainly look forward to continue teaching, but I also like to explore different options. And there's always that saying, no idea who said it, but at some point or in our professional lives we're ought to change careers quite often, or at least twice, or something of that sort. So I'm definitely receptive to that idea, and as experience or as opportunities present themselves, I'll be sure to seize them.